We're back, we're racing, and we're back for another F1 2019 League Racing Series. This is F1 Online, the Bahrain Grand Prix, round 2 for this series. Pretty new one to us still. We're going to qualify P14. There's some quick guys up ahead of us, but we did go for the medium in Q2, which did cost us a bit. But we're going to get ready for this one, straight into this one, no time. No fancy intros, 5 red lights. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Pretty decent start off the grid on the medium tyre. We've got some soft runners behind us, expect them to take punts down into turn 1. Talking of turn 1, we're going to be extra careful going down there. We're going to get squeezed, as you can see, with the meat in the sandwich there at one point. We managed to get out of it, squeeze out of that gap, and we're moving on up into P12, and there's carnage! And there's a collision, a massive collision, 4 cars involved there. There was something happening on the inside. We tried to dive to our left out of the way, but we just got collected in that tragic accident there. Really screwed us over. We've got damage to the car as well. So we're going to have a look at the off-ball going down into turn 1. You can see it's about 4 or 5 wide at some points, and there's a bottleneck going on there. Bit of a squeeze. Everyone comes through okay. It's on 2. It's on the exit of 2 there where there was that contact. And a real shame for a lot of drivers there. So going into lap 2 of this Grand Prix, we're going to need to stick with some of the damage for the time being and try and stretch out this tyre, we're thinking. So we can maybe move on to a harder tyre. Hopefully a safety car or something will come out. And as you can see on lap 4 of this Grand Prix, we're in position 14. And 13, we've just overtaken someone and looking to try and make up some places. We don't have the best of pace in the car, and we're going to struggle throughout the Grand Prix. So you can see fighting ahead. We've got the Mercedes, and I think it's an Alfa Romeo fighting for P12 in this Grand Prix, and over P11, shall we say. And it's Slick Willy who just slicked back at that point there. Not so slick right now. And moving on to the back straight, you can see he's going to have a little moment there on traction. This is going to give us the opportunity to really turn the wick up and get round the outside, going down here on this heavy braking zone, and manage to hold it around the outside with the softer compound, better traction there, and a great groove, a good feeling there when we got that one done. So that's us up into position 12, just an off-board of that overtake there, going into that corner. He was on the harder compounded tyres, so expected to be done, but a good move nonetheless. So moving in here on lap 5 of the Grand Prix, you can see the car ahead of us, the Mercedes. He's had a moment, NNA, and we're going to hopefully gain some momentum on him at this point in the race. So moving into lap 6, further on here, as you can see, we've got carnage ahead, 3 cars involved off the circuit there, and the full safety car has been deployed at this point, the full safety car. This is something we wanted. It's going to help us a bit out as well with our wing damage. Hopefully we can box, get fresh set on, and go to the end of the Grand Prix. As you can see, we're coming into the box. We did have it set up for a hard tyre before. I don't know how I changed it accidentally on my D-pad, but we're going to put another used set of medium tyres on, and so we're going to have to stop again. That means towards the end of this Grand Prix. Nevertheless, we're going to get back out there, see what we can make of it, what shakes out. We're currently P11 at the pit stop phase. It has made that P12. Got another car going through, and we're going to come out now. And P12, we get ready for green flag racing once again. Carnage on the restart on the final corner. You can see how many cars. We've got 3 on the inside, 1 stuck on the outside there. 4 cars involved once again. And real tardy there. We've got another car in the pits as well on the restart. And as you can see, we're trying to make up the positions, and they're just giving them to us. Gift wraps that was. So we're up to P8 at this point. You can see cars fighting ahead. We're going to stay well out of any action. The boys seem way too leery for my liking. And on lap 9 of this Grand Prix, we've got 20 to go. What can we make of it? Up to position 8 now. Looking tasty, looking for some solid points and just to bring it to the flag. So we're going to watch this battle unfold up ahead of us, and just try and stay out of that action and just be ready to react if anything does happen or kick off. We've seen quite a lot happen already. We're going to dive to the inside, really slow on the brakes there. We've got the position with such ease there going into that corner. Made it really stick. We're going to look to the outside, not a position to overtake going into this corner on the Ferrari. We're going to try and get on the traction early. We get checked off our speed there by the Ferrari, just nowhere to go. And this enables the Mercedes to get the run at us again. Once more, NNA to the inside. We're going to have the ideal line going into this corner and just get on the power nice on the outside here. Turn it right up on the battery, and we managed to hold on to that position ahead of the Mercedes of NNA. Kipper, I think it is. So going into this corner here, you can see the Ferrari looking a bit tardy there. We've got some good speed overlay on him. Hopefully we're going to get the move done. So we're thinking we're going to get DRS going into this next straight, so we're going to hang tight for a minute. and try and make up the positions. But of course, I don't think DRS is enabled at this point in the race. It's going to be tricky for us to do. And yeah, of course, no DRS enabled at this point on the restart. We've got a few laps delay. So going down into turn one, we're going to get the drag going on the car ahead. You can see the Ferrari's pulled to the inside. He's going to get the position done on the... Yeah, he's got it done there, ahead of the Alfa Romeo once again. We're going to go to the outside and we're going to sweep around and make that position now. So another good move up into P6 on lap 10 of the Grand Prix. 19 to go. What can we get towards the end of this race? So coming into lap 10 here, we're getting right up the gearbox of the Ferrari. So once again, we're thinking the DRS is going to be enabled. So we're going to tuck back in. We're going to get the DRS and try and get this maneuver done 100% good and proper. So we're getting up behind him. Don't get the best of last corners. And of course, there's no DRS here. So we're now under threat from the car behind us. We're going down into the next corner. The Mercedes is already alongside us. So we're going to have to brake nice and deep to the outside and try and get a switch back on going into the next corner. As you can see, he's on the apex there. We can't get it done. And there's also a yellow flag just behind us there. So we're going to have to build and go once again. So that's moved us back into P7 on lap 11. And as you can see, really early on the brakes, the car ahead of us, we seem a lot more stronger under the brakes. And can we make the position once again going into the same corner? If we get a run at him, we might have a go at it, but quite far back at this point. You can see Tardy on the apex there, and we've got the space going on the inside there. We're just going to send it. It gives us the space, and we give him space as well on the exit there. He's still alongside us, but we've got it right turned up, and we're more than 3/4 ahead, so he just ducks back in, and we try and get him broke for this corner here. You can see a bit of a poor exit coming out that one there, and now we do have DRS enabled, and we can get attacking on the car ahead of us, which is the Ferrari once again. So coming in to start lap 12 of this Grand Prix, we've now got DRS enabled. Going down into turn one, we're in a position to start attacking this Ferrari good and proper now. Get heavy on the brakes here, go into the corner, and we've just been punted, sorry. Going down into turn one, just slapped us, give us wing damage, and I'm very frustrated at this point. What's the point? What is exactly the point in racing, man? Just putting all that effort in, building consistency, and then going down into turn one. You can see how far back he is here, and he just just destroyed the race, just damaged the car once again, and yeah, just pretty much give up from this point. Box, fix the front wing damage, put on a fresh set of hard tyres, and go to the end of the Grand Prix. That's all we can do at this point in the race. So coming back out here, we're going to be P13, are we? If any other car is going to flash past us, let's have a look. Yeah, coming back out, we've got another car going through. George there going to come out in P14. As you can see, we've got Lethal leaving the race. He's dropped back to last position. That's promoted us up to P13. P12 now, another car in the pits. And not too many laps remaining of this Grand Prix. So moving into lap 22. We're moving up a few positions, a few cars in the pits. P11 just outside the points. And a pretty pointless race for me. Just a waste of my time. Didn't really appreciate the contact there. He has apologized for it. I do accept it, but just gotta be careful, guys, man. And yeah, join me for another We're Racing video again soon. Hopefully it'll be a bit more cheerful, we have a better race, etc. But let me know if you enjoyed the content. Give me a comment, like, subscribe, that'd be much appreciated, and I'll join you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.